My name is Sahba Aminikia, and I'm an Iranian composer. So the idea for the piece, Threnody for Those Who Remain, came up to my mind when I got back from Tehran, actually from my dad's funeral. And I was having a coffee with David Harrington, and I told him about the idea of the piece, and I think we both came to the same conclusion that how strange it is that people, our loved ones, leave us so quickly, and we have to overcome the fact gradually in a long period of time. You know, it never leaves us, and we have to kind of live with that. But I think so that's what I mean. That was the idea, and I thought maybe we are the victims, that we who do remain, you know, are the victims. We need to overcome this fact and live with our lives. So the piece generally is in 3 sections, and the first part is basically talking about my childhood memories of my dad, because that was the first thing that came up to my mind when I heard the news over the phone. And so it's filled with all these like TV programs, TV kid programs, and all the propaganda songs. You know, at the time it was the war between Iran and Iraq, so we've been raised in a tough time, you know, and our parents were trying actually to kind of keep us away from what was going on. You know, we were trying to have our normal lives. The second movement is mostly about my nightmares on a plane while I was getting back to Iran, and how I would like fall asleep and have these like horrendous, you know, nightmares, and then I would wake up and I would see that I'm going back to Tehran, and there was this chaotic situation, you know, in my mind. And I'm using elements of lamentation music from the southern Iran. I mean, with the drums and the cymbals. For the third movement, which I kind of like to call it a Benedictus. It's basically the time I got to Tehran, and I mean, I used to. I mean, this is strange because when I was in Tehran, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you can actually hear being in Tehran. It's, I mean, the ambient sound is so different. I mean, the call of prayer, you can actually feel that you're in a Muslim country, and it's so different from waking up in San Francisco. And so I thought the best thing to use for this movement would be the call of prayer, which is, I mean, the one I'm using is the most famous one, is by Rahim Muazzanzadeh, which is like the most famous muazzin in Tehran. And so the idea for the third movement is basically asking for blessing for the deceased and the people who remained, and the people of Iran in general. Because at the end of the movement, I'm finishing the piece, I'm finishing the third movement with these calls, with these shouts from the rooftops of Tehran in summer 2009. I recorded that in summer 2009 after the elections. It was a great experience to be on a rooftop and see how these people all around you are like shouting Allahu Akbar, which means God is great. So I thought this can be some sort of a call to God for a blessing. You know, these things actually all came in a row. So that's how the third movement is formed.